The baby is sleeping right now, so I wanted to start to do as much as possible while he's sleeping. So I hope you guys enjoyed this meal that I'm gonna be making. It is called oxtail. You might know that, but it's a favorite meal of mine and of my toddler. It's something that I used to eat a lot back home in Jamaica, and I try to make it as much as possible now that I do live in the States. So for today, I'm making oxtail. My husband has been asking about it all week, so I'm gonna make it today for dinner. So I hope you guys enjoy. So I'm gonna be doing 2 packs of oxtail. Oxtail is very expensive, and these are actually the cheapest I could find in the store. I got these small ones for $7.29 and these big ones for $9.06. Normally you would find oxtail for $13 at the store, but these were the cheapest I could find. So I took them out earlier so they could thaw out. They are fully thawed now. So I'm gonna put them in a basin with some water, and then I'm gonna wash them with some vinegar, and then I am gonna season them up, and I will show you guys all the season that I'm gonna be using. I wanted to show you guys a few of the items that I will be using to season my food. So I have the onion, got some bell peppers. These are some peppers. They are very spicy. They taste so good. Sometimes I eat them just as, yes, I love spicy food, and I love to use these peppers. Also, I will be using some garlic powder. You got browning. I absolutely love to cook with browning. It gives your food amazing coloring so it doesn't look white and unseasoned. Then I have some oxtail seasoning. I got that from Fiesta. If you have a Fiesta or a Foodorama, you can find that in that store. So I'm going to use some ground paprika. I'm going to use some cayenne pepper, but not a lot because I'm already using this pepper and this is hot enough. But I love to cook with cayenne pepper. Then I'm going to be using some ground black pepper, not a lot. And then add some Mrs. Dash salt-free seasoning. So these are the seasons that I will be using to cook my dinner with. I will be making red beans and rice, or rice and peas as we call it in Jamaica. So I'm gonna be making rice and peas. For you, red beans and rice, it is the same thing, and this is what I'm using. So I already have the peas in the pot. I washed them first. I put them in a pot. I'm gonna add some butter and some salt and let it cook for 2 hours. Once it's cooked for 2 hours, then it should be ready for me to put the rice in. I'll probably cook it for 1.5 hours to 2 hours. Then I'll put the rice in so the rice can cook. When you are cooking rice and peas, red beans and rice, there's one item you have to have that makes it taste so good, and that is coconut milk. Now you can either buy this little package. So So you can either buy this to put in there, you can put half or the whole thing. It depends on the size that you're doing. The instruction is on the back, so it tells you exactly how to do it. But you need either this, or you could buy the coconut milk in the can, or you can do something that I hated doing as a kid, and that was buying a whole coconut, having to break the coconut, then clean up the inside, and then have to grate the coconut, and you would grate it with this. And I absolutely used to hate doing that as a kid, because not only was it a long process, I used to cut my fingers all the time. So I hated doing that. So I prefer the easy process of just buying this. I do not like the canned one, but I love the powdered one. So to make rice and peas, you have to have this. You cannot cook your rice and beans without this. Finished seasoning up the oxtail, and the baby just woke up, so I'm gonna take care of him. But oxtail, it depends. If you know what you're doing, you know how long it's gonna take to cook. For me, it's gonna take about 2 to 3 hours. So it is now 1 o'clock. So about 1:32, I'm gonna put it on. I'm gonna just let it sit for about 30 minutes to an hour before I start cooking it. I want it to marinate a little. So for now, I'm gonna just leave it in the bucket that I have it in and just let it soak in all the seasoning. And then in about 30 minutes to an hour, I will put it on to cook. So right now, the peas are cooking, and I'm just gonna chill with the baby for a little, and then I will come back and show you guys where we left off at. I did forget to tell you guys that not only will I be putting this pepper in my oxtail, but I'll also be putting it in the rice. So a good rice and peas is not a good rice and peas unless you put the pepper in. So normally I will poke a hole in the pepper or cut it and just put it in whole like this. You just want to put a little hole in it. But I cannot do that because not everybody in my house love spicy food. So I have to make sure when I put it in, it don't burst. Even though that's the best part of the rice and peas is having the pepper burst in it, and it tastes so good. But I'm gonna put it in and take it out before it bursts. But I'm gonna put it in the oxtail and I'm gonna let it burst. So one of them need to be spicy. I'm sorry, even though everybody in my house don't eat spicy food, that's just how it goes. I finished cooking the peas and I added some rice to the water. So now I'm gonna add in the coconut powder, and then I'm gonna just let that cook. So that part of my dinner is almost finished because the peas is finished, and now I have to finish the rice. And then now I'm gonna start on the meat. Sorry about the knives in the background, guys. My boys are playing with the pots and pans, and they are definitely not sharing and keep cussing at each other. Okay, so what you guys just saw me do was, after I allowed the meat to sit for an hour, I put some oil in a pot, and then I put the meat in the oil, and I let it brown on both sides. Then after I finished doing that, I added some water. While I clean, I'm gonna try to see if I can get some laundry done and also tidy up the kitchen so that it can look so much better than how it looks right now. If you guys are new to my channel, welcome. If you are returning, thank you for coming back. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to my channel, and don't forget to hit that notification bell so whenever I post a video, you will be notified. I hope you guys enjoy this video and come back for more. Now I'm gonna cut up these carrots, and I'm gonna put these butter beans in the oxtail. This step is the final step. You do this about 30 minutes before your oxtail is finally finished cooking. You also want to add your bell pepper at this point along with your onion. So a step you want to remember is you are constantly adding water to your pot. I added water twice. So you want to make sure each time you add water that you are still seasoning up your pot, because you don't want to lose the flavor of your seasoning with the new added water. I'm adding a simple side vegetables, which is tomatoes and cucumbers.